Good morning. Friday, October 28th. I got a day off today from work, and it's 5 after 5. Gonna head down to the farm, meet my brother. He started his vacation yesterday and took a little trip to New York to do a little bit of steelhead and salmon fishing, and he got a nice coho that he brought home. So now it starts his week, a little over a week off for hunting for him, and then normally we're off the whole next week together, but some things at work I couldn't get that week off, so I got the last week of archery off this year. But I got today off. I got tomorrow. It's Saturday, so we're gonna head down. It's 34 degrees right now, so beautiful morning. We'll see what happens. Down here at the farm with David. We're not gonna talk too long, but it's a nice, cool, crisp morning, and we got a little bit of a walk to get back. We're gonna walk up the old logging road and split off. He's going to go to a ladder stand that he has in some thick area where there's a lot of good sign, and I'm going to head to the buddy tree stand, and hopefully we'll see some deer, and maybe somebody will get a shot at a nice buck, or he's got a doe tag if he's going to shoot a doe. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to get going. I'm all settled in. David's all settled. Welcome back to the interstate. It's it's a real nice morning. It's about 32, 33 degrees when we got down the farm here, and saw a couple deer walking in, but nothing blew, so that's good. About 4:30, had a deer in the food plot up here running towards where I'm seated here, so it could have been one of those deer that we saw coming in. But I'm going to sit tight and just relax. I got some coffee, going to sip on that. It's about 6:15 right now. Sunrise is 7:30 and legal shooting starts at 7 o'clock, so we got lots of time. Got in here, got settled, so we're just going to relax and see what happens. I'll see you guys when the sun comes up. Just came out. Let's see if I can get on her. Probably that same deer that I saw this morning and something chased it. There's an opening down there where the deer like to cross, and our neighbors that bought this property, they cleared a path through there, and they put a big tower blind in. It seems like that's where she's going. There's a deer down there now. What's that? That's a nice buck. That's a nice buck. Let me see if I can get on that. buck. closer look at him, but he's a nice buck. David said he saw a buck the other day when he was back here with Alana looking for mushrooms, and he's about 16-inch spread. He's a buck that we would shoot, but we just gotta make sure he's a legal buck. But that looks like it might be the buck he was talking about, and he's just kind of pushing a doe down there, kind of going to that direction. So maybe he'll head up towards David and he get a good look and maybe get a shot at him. It's 9:30, and it's probably been about an hour, almost 2 hours. No, about an hour and 45 minutes since that smaller buck come running across and pushed a doe or two, and then they vanished. David hasn't seen anything, so we're gonna start packing up and climb down. He's gonna come up here. We'll check out the food plot and walk out that way and figure out where we're gonna sit tonight. So, fun morning. Saw some deer, just gotta get it dialed in, so we'll get them. All settled in here. I'm gonna see how this feels tonight. It's the first time sitting in a lock-ons. Took my time getting up, feel okay. So we're just gonna see how the night goes. I'm sitting right over the scrape fix vine. That was one of the scrapes that were worked today, so I put a buck cage out just north of the vine, and I can shoot there. I can shoot before it. I got a couple shooting opportunities out in the soybean if something is out there, and then should be able to shoot over my shoulder here in the green field if anything is coming this way to come through this tree line here where those rubs are right down below us. So just waiting to see if David got settled in yet, but got an east wind, so it should be good for anything coming out of the bedding where those deer went into. Anything out here, we're up high enough. Hopefully the buck cages will mask our scent long enough for a shot if something presents itself. So it's 4:15. If the view looks a little different, I had to do a switch. I was sitting on what we had originally set up as a shooter stand when we hung this set, but there's a little bit of an upward pitch on that stand that it was putting a strain on my back, so I had to switch to the other side of the tree, which actually isn't all that bad because I can see this whole field a lot better, and it gives me more opportunity to film and move easier than if I was on the other side. So it feels a little bit more comfortable, but we'll see how the rest of the night goes. There's a deer over there. That tower stand just came out. Let's see if I can see what it is quick. I figured they're going to come out to that field at some point.
small buck. Might be that small buck I saw. There's another deer there too. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. Slow evening until the end here. Got a little activity with a couple of does and young bucks. But the bigger buck we saw this morning didn't come out. So we'll see. Gonna hunt tomorrow, just don't know where I'm going to sit yet. Nope, what's this right here? Thought that was a deer, but yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. So, alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you on the next one. About 6:15, so took a little bit. I'm actually set up in my muddy ladder stand this morning, overlooking a small field. They got that big tower blind down there that they got set up for rifle season. So I'm gonna sit and see what we're gonna sit and see what happens. This stand's got a comfortable seat, so did a lot of walking yesterday and climbing. And it's still new with this back, so I'm a little sore this morning. So we're just gonna opted to come here. I mean, they've got this small field planted with looks like some turnips and stuff. So, and the deer were in here yesterday, and I'm sure they were coming to this yesterday morning. David's down where he was sitting last night, in the middle of that small patch of woods. There were some deer right at the bottom of that patch of woods as we were walking in, but nothing blue. And then we did get a picture of a small buck right when we pulled into the farm at the vine where I was sitting last night, where I put that reveal out, and then I just got a picture of him up in our food plot. So there's deer up and moving. We just need the right ones to move. David's got a doe tag for where we're at, so he's gonna let one rip if a doe gives him a shot this morning. So I hope it does. I'm here just to enjoy the morning, and if a big buck comes by, that'll be great, but I'm really hoping that he gets one this morning. So I got coffee in the bison. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy that, and we'll see you guys at daylight. Well, it's after 8 o'clock, and guess how many deer I've seen? 0. But the coffee's still hot in the bison, so that's a plus. There's a deer right here. Coming behind me. Looks like a buck, but it looks like a small one. It's going back through this thick stuff here. Oh, I saw a deer. And it was a buck. Alright. Well, the two small buck that we saw yesterday, we just saw again. One behind me, and then I just put my coffee away, and I looked in right through the clearing there. And just came walking and went straight across the field and into the woods here to my left. So it's a good sign. I'm just hoping a big doe goes down by David and he can get a crack at her. Alright guys, well we're gonna start packing up. It's 9:30. It got pretty active, but it's those same three small buck that we've been seeing with a couple of young does and maybe one good doe. So David's gonna start packing up. He's gonna pull that lone wolf stand out of there, and I'm gonna pack up and get down. I'm gonna go put new batteries in this reveal cell camera, and then I'll head down to him and we'll figure out the afternoon for the evening. Gonna go watch some Penn State, Ohio State midday, and get a bite to eat and relax and get back at it this afternoon. Just got down for the afternoon. Gonna take a different attempt tonight to try and get back into the swing of things. So I've got the saddle. I'm gonna take a short walk here. Got a soybean field and then a hollow over there. So I'm gonna try and set up somewhere in this tree line. Overlook this soybean field right at the top of the hollow, and see if something don't come out. I've got some doe tags for this farm, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, well, I just got settled, and as I was getting set up, a couple of deer come up out of the hollow. They're feeding over here to my left. They're 40 yards right now. It's a big doe and a smaller one. Alright, well they're just kind of hanging out over there, so I'm just gonna sit tight, see what happens if they start working their way over here. We'll see if we can get a shot at that big doe. 25 after 4 and we already have deer. Unless they make an about face, it looks like they're feeding down the hill away from me. They come out of the hollow here. There's a trail over there to my left that I've had deer come out of before, and they're just working that edge, kind of going down the hill. But it's early. I mean, maybe they'll turn around, or it might be more deer. My brother's across over there and he can see them. He keeps telling me shoot. I'm like, I don't have a shot. That's pretty cool though. I got another deer out here in the field coming my way. A coyote. Yep. Coyote spooked that deer. There's a coyote down there, just spooked that deer. Well, we got activity. Just not able to get any shots at anything yet. That was a big doe. She was feeding down there by the bottom, and that coyote come out of the hollow after her. And he's down here somewhere in that soybean, working his way over here. I'm gonna keep an eye out. If he comes up here, we'll get a shot at him. It must be on the road. They're all looking down now. Yeah, they're pushing that coyote. That's pretty cool to see how they gang up on it. That's pretty wild. Oh, and that's how you clear a field. From a coyote. Well, that coyote followed those does, and he came up here. They were here within range, but I couldn't get her in. I couldn't get around to get a shot. They were too much on alert, so I'm gonna see if they settle down and maybe feed their way back over to here, and maybe I can get a shot. I got a deer in the clover coming towards me here. This ought to be fun. big 11-pointer out here in front of me. I don't know where that deer came from, but that's the road. About 150 yards behind me. And there's a big clover field between me and the road. That deer came from there and went through the tree line, just feeding down now through the soybean here. It's been a pretty fun night. Almost got a shot at a doe. Just on this side is tough because I got the camera here and all these trees. The coyote almost helped me out, and then I was trying to get him an arrow as well, but it is what it is. And we'll sit for a little while yet. It's 6 after, so it's already sundown. Only got a little bit to go. I'm probably going to start packing up a little early just because it's the first time up in the saddle. I want to take my time getting down, so we'll see. Fun night though. Guys, I've only got about 10 minutes of light left, and just for safety purposes, being the first time up in the saddle, I just want to take my time getting out of here while I got some light. So, it was a fun night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Coyote, deer. It's pretty cool. So, we'll be back out again. See you on the next one.